So we are recording. So just a quick introduction. My name's Anthony Bayou. I work at Rotherham United Community Sports Trust, have done for many, many years now. I work in the cohesion department. So it's about bringing communities together to really benefit Rotherham. Dan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so like Ant says, I'm Dan. I work in the Community Sports Trust at Rotherham United. Been there just over a year now. I'm NCS Senior Coordinator, so kind of helping these guys on their programmes and putting them all together. So yeah, I've been at another club, Doncaster Rovers. Some may say it's the bad side of the but that's where I'm from. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Dan. Izzy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Izzy. I've been a part of the NCS thing for about 2 years now. It's been really good, just doing loads of charity events and keeping in contact with everyone.
Perfect. Tia?
Hi, I'm Tia. I don't know what else to say. I worked for NCS for them couple of weeks on doing NOS charity fundraising thing.
Nice. That's fine. Millie?
Hi, I'm Millie. I did graphic design and yeah, that's it.
You guys are not nervous at all. What you don't realise, Michael and Dan, is that we've not been able to stop these guys talking for 2 months, and now we want them to. They're quiet. Ben, do you want to introduce yourself, mate?
Hi, I'm Ben. I did NCS for the first time last summer, which were probably the best summer I've had, because I had a lot of fun and laugh with my team leader as well as people I met. And then this summer I did the NCS Keep Doing Good with a few other familiar faces as well as some new ones to raise money for mental awareness and that for charities in and around Rotherham. And I'm currently doing the same again this autumn.
Amazing. Thank you, Ben. Jess, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jess. I worked with Tia and Millie doing the spreading awareness for NOS canisters in summer.
Perfect. Al?
Hi, my name is Al. I did the Keep Doing Good programme with Izzy and yourself, and we raised awareness for hate crime, including sexual orientation, gender reassignment, religion, race, and lots more.
Well remembered. Michael?
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Ihiekwe, play for Rotherham United. I was formerly at Tranmere Rovers, which is by Liverpool, just over the water from Liverpool. And I've been at Rotherham for 4 years now. I had 2 promotions, had a relegation. So hopefully we can stay in the Championship this season. And
sounds like the perfect Rotherham lifestyle. Dan, do you want to introduce yourself, buddy?
I'm Daniel Barlaser. Recently rejoined Rotherham permanently this summer. I was on loan last year. I spent 12 years at Newcastle since I was 9, so obviously it's my first time away from them, but obviously you come back, Rotherham's brilliant, and yeah, delighted to be back.
Oh, perfect. And once again, guys, thank you for coming on and sparing the time. We know you've got a busy schedule of travelling up and down the country and playing loads of games, so we'll get straight into it. So like I said, this is about Black History Month. We have been doing lots over the past sort of month. We've been handing out booklets in schools for young people. We've been doing some player profiles that Michael's been involved in. And we've also been doing bits and bobs with the club as well. So this is just part of it. And the guys have got some questions to ask you. So over to you, Izzy, when you're ready.
Oh, my dogs are barking, but
all right, okay.
So who were your Black football icons growing up?
I'll go first. It was a bit before my time, but I can always remember my brother really loved him. He was John Barnes. Obviously, he's a Liverpool legend, and I grew up, like I said, not really getting to see too much of him, but he was always a big figure in my house because obviously Liverpool was our team, growing up as brothers, and sure to see someone similar to ourselves, you know, seeing a black player do well and play for Liverpool made him a hero in my family. So growing up, I'd probably say him.
He was a really good player. He was a bit of an icon as well for that kind of era, wasn't he, as well, yeah. John Barnes?
Yeah,
great player. Dan?
Mine was only me. Well, I shouldn't really be saying this, but I was an Arsenal fan when I was younger. I honestly had an Arsenal coloured room and all this stuff. And my favourite player was Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
And that was when I was growing up. And obviously, another two players I really like were Papi Cisse and Dan Barlaser. The season Newcastle came fifth. They were unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably say them two and Thierry Henry.
It was a good year for Newcastle that year, wasn't it? I remember.
Yeah, I know.
Not so much for Michael. Now. Was that the Slippy year?
Right, come on.
No, I don't think it was. You know.
Every year we didn't look at the table. That's how bad it was.
All right,
Tilly. On mute.
Tia, would you like to ask your question?
What does Black History Month mean to you?
I think it's massively important, just to raise awareness, and you know, a lot of the times, obviously, it should go without saying that we're all the same and we all should be treated the same. But as we've seen, you know, past year or so, that's not always the case. So it's just raising awareness for everyone, really. Obviously, kids and that growing up, and they might see an advert or, you know, anything at this time of month and ask the parents what it's about and stuff. And it's just about educating people, and think we're doing a good job at that at the minute. Just needs to keep doing it.
Yeah, I would just say the same thing, really. Like Michael said, I think it's really important that you raise awareness and just educate people on the subject. So, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for your answers, guys. Ben, would you like to go next?
What do you think about Black history being taught in schools?
I think it's good. Obviously, it's got its upside and downsides. The downside being, obviously, these things should never have happened, and there's a lot of shocking stuff when you actually read into it and learn about it. But that's all in the past, isn't it? And we want to move forward. So you need to educate yourself and realise, you know, that it is getting a lot better, but it's still not at the point where we need it to be and want it to be. So, like I said, it can be tough to see, but it's the past that's happened, and you know, we need to educate ourselves.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. It's just, I think it's good that everyone learns actually what happened, because I don't think many people actually know what happened. And yeah, just about educating everyone.
I think it's quite difficult, isn't it? We were saying before you guys come on how it's quite a tough subject to talk about, because if people are not aware of the past and everything that happened, then it's very difficult to have those conversations, because you will find that people do struggle talking about it because then they're not educated or they're aware of those situations. So how can you talk to someone about something that they're unknowledgeable in, or that kind of environment they're very not used to? So it becomes quite a tough topic to talk about. But I suppose the main point is that we are having these discussions, not just over Zoom and in schools, but also in day-to-day life. And I think that's something you guys have touched on really well there. So thank you. Al, do you want to go next?
Yeah. What can we do to overcome discrimination and racism in and around football?
You want to go, Dan?
Yeah, I'll go. That's a great question, by the way. Well, firstly, if it's on the pitch, you've got to report it straight away. There's been a couple over the last couple of years which have been hard because it's been fans, and it's hard to obviously pick fans out, especially when the stadium's full. But the first thing I would say is obviously tell your fourth official, tell your manager, tell your teammates, and try and get it sorted as soon as possible. on social media, it's hard as well. I'm seeing a lot on social media. It's just reporting people to the authorities, really, if it's on social media outside of football and just normal life. So I would say that.
Yeah, it's exactly what Dan said. It's about speaking up, and sometimes, and not just football and everyday life, if you hear something or see something, it can be the easy thing to turn a blind eye to it. But speaking up, that's the biggest thing, and not feeling like you should let it go. Or if you even if for us, if we don't obviously, but if you hear one of your teammates saying something or someone close to the club or whatever, whether it be a fan or anyone, you need to pull them up on it. And ultimately, it's educating people, isn't it? And it's not okay, is it? Whether it's a joke or not, it's not okay. So
yeah,
like Dan said, it's just it's speaking up, definitely.
Yeah, and there's a big push at the moment. I know the Premier League are doing a lot on the idea of it's not okay, and if we are seeing it, then we need to be challenging it and we need to be reporting it. One thing that is really good, guys, I don't know if you knew this, I know a few of my guys would have done because we did a lot of hate crime, but Rotherham United Community Sports Trust is actually a hate crime reporting centre. So if at any point, say you are on the bus going to college or you sat in the canteen and you do hear any kind of discrimination against someone's maybe ability or their race or religion, you can actually report that to Rotherham United Community Sports Trust, to myself, to Dan, and then we will then pass that on to the police and the authorities because it is illegal. And I think that's something that people don't understand. It is illegal to be racist and to discriminate against other people. And you guys should be protected in every way, shape or form. So that was just a sort of bit of information on what kind of stuff you do. Dan, I think you've got one more question, haven't you, buddy?
Yeah, so Michael, this is probably more towards yourself. So how does it feel being a black role model within sport, obviously on the kind of big stage, if you like? And also on the back of that, like, what advice would you give to kind of younger generations and even these guys here with us today?
It's not something to think too much about. Obviously, there's a responsibility to when stuff like this comes up. I like to, Woody put in the ask the lads who wants to do it, and I put myself forward and I want to do it just because, like I said, me being in the position I'm in, it is, I see a bit of responsibility there, and like when you asked me at the start, who was my biggest role model growing up, there wasn't that many in football when I was younger, so now I'm in this position. Don't play in the Premiership, but even to local people or Rotherham fans, I like to be that person, to speak out with stuff and join these Zoom meetings, or when this is over, come in and speak to people about it because it is important. And if I can help in any way with my experiences or the position I'm in, I will do so. Yeah. What was your second part? Sorry.
And like, what advice would you give to kind of the younger generation? I don't know if you may have touched on this briefly, but like even for these guys, just growing up, really.
Just in general.
Yeah, so just in general, in kind of these times, it can be based obviously around the Black History Month and things like that. I know we touched on little bits, but is there any advice you give to them on a day-to-day basis, or?
I just think with you guys, it's brilliant what you're doing, raising awareness and going out your way to do this. It is brilliant. So it's keep up the work really, and like we said, don't ever feel like you can't speak up, or it's not just about Black lives. Obviously, all lives matter. So when it's Black History Month, it's not just Black lives. It's everyone, and getting everyone on the same page and equal. So if you ever hear anything, speak up. If you're having any problems with anything, no matter what race you are, speak up and make it aware. Because a lot of the times, if you keep it in, nothing will change. It won't help yourself. It won't help the next person it might happen to. So just having that confidence to speak to someone.
Yeah, that's class. No, I appreciate that. That's good.
I've just got sort of one more question for both of you guys, really. I don't know if, Dan, you want to pick up on this. Obviously now Michael's just answered that one, but we see a lot of Rotherham United Football Club on social media, and I think especially over the past few weeks, it's been really refreshing and nice to see the support that you guys as players are offering on the pitch by taking a knee. what kind of stuff, how does it feel being in that kind of dressing room, knowing that you are unified as a team and that you're fighting against not just racism and discrimination, but equality throughout football?
It's starting for me. Yeah, I think that's the only good thing. The good thing about our dressing room, everyone's fighting for each other. That's the main thing. And especially what you're saying about equality, everyone should be equal. So it's a great thing to fight for. And obviously, the Black Lives Matter, that's is equally as important as well. And everyone in the change rooms, obviously rooting for it. Other football clubs have obviously not doing it or not taking the knee, but obviously all of us and all the club wants to do it, which is really good.
That's amazing. So we have done as well, just right before we leave, guys, just a really sort of quick, we've done a bit of a Black History Month quiz. So we're going to see sort of how knowledgeable you guys are around certain things. So they're all really, really simple questions. I want the young people to get involved as well. I'll give you sort of 10 seconds on each one, just have a think. Please do not be Googling or asking Alexa or Bixby or whatever kind of remote learning schemes you've got going off in your house. So here we go. The first question is, where or which country did Black History Month originate from? So I'll give you 10 seconds and then we'll ask someone. So Michael, who would you like to ask? I don't know if can you see their names? Who would you like to ask?
Yeah,
see if they got it right.
I'll go top left with Tia.
Go on then, Tia. You're on mute, Tia. Oh, she's telling us out. She's been able to talk all this time and now she's suddenly on mute. Go on, Tia.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not very educated on the whole.
All right, okay. Have a big guess.
Community. I don't know.
Any country in the world. I'll give you a clue. It's an English-speaking country, and they seem to have bigger food than anyone else. I felt like they were good clues.
That is decent to be fair.
Very good
I
clue.
thought they were good clues.
I don't know.
All right, okay. Anyone else? Ben?
I'll put America.
There you go. Well done, America. Okay. Let's see how knowledgeable people are. Okay, so the second question is, I reckon Michael's got the answer to this one, so we'll not ask Michael. Who would you guess as the first captain of England from a black background? We did mention him a little bit later on. It is football, yeah. Who was the first black England captain? Let's ask Ben. We did mention him earlier on, Ben.
Did we?
Yeah. I think Dan knows, don't you, Dan?
Well, that screwed me over then, because I was thinking Campbell.
Oh, Sol Campbell, good guess.
Ooh.
Dan, do you know? Dan?
Put right one now.
Go on.
Paul Ince.
Oh. Michael,
But I think I've got it wrong. I think it's Barnsley, isn't it?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, from my little Google search, it was John Barnes. So not only as a massive black football icon, but he was also the first England captain, which is a huge achievement. I'm going to ask one more question, and this is where this is sort of going back a few years, but could anyone name the first ever black footballer?
That is literally impossible. Who actually knows that?
The oldest footballer I can think of is Pele.
Oh, it wasn't Pele. Michael, Dan, do you guys know?
Is it West Brom? Was he at West Brom?
It might have been. I don't know if it's the same person.
I know this. His name's gone to my head, which is terrible.
Did he play in? Is this played in England?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually his first official team was Darlington.
Darlington, no.
Yeah, and he actually went on to play for Sheffield United and Rotherham Town, which is what we were called back in the day. His name is Arthur Wharton. I'm sure you have heard that name before. The interesting thing about Arthur was he was the first official black player, and what made him the first official black player was that he was offered a contract by Darlington, and they paid him. And this is where it gets really interesting. He was not just only the first black footballer, he was also a champion cyclist, and he also played rugby. And the most craziest thing about Arthur Wharton was that he actually run 100 yards, which is what it was back in the day, again, which is about 90 metres. He run it in under 10 seconds, but yet he was a goalkeeper.
Wow.
And what he used to do is, the stories say that he used to sit in the corner of his net next to the post and wait for players to get really close. And then just when they were about to shoot, he'd jump out and save the ball, which I think was the craziest thing. Could you imagine Warney seeing the keeper do that? He'd go mad, wouldn't he? So yeah, there's a bit of sort of black history for you. But I just want to say, guys, and I'm sure the young people, and Dan echo this, we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out. It's been really nice to get to know you guys, and just good luck for the season. We are rooting for you, and hopefully we get to see you all again soon at some point.
Yeah.
No bother. Been a pleasure.
Brilliant what you're doing. So keep up the good work, and when all this is over, we can come out and see you in person, see what you're up to.
That'd be amazing.
We'll go for a coffee.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
thank you so much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
We'll see you
Cheers,
later.
guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.